At the end of last year, as Kirsten was saying, I was asked to write a poem about where spoken word is going in the next 30 years. And this was my response. It's called Retelling. The spoken word is to this silk-skinned girl more valuable than rubies, because lines and rhymes are the way she records, and memory is essential for a history. You see, all paper turned to pulp, and computers' chips reduced to dead shards of plastic, but this story must be told. She's 12 years old, lives with another 22. Most are adult refugees, scavengers from the last city engulfed by ungodly tsunamis. Today, her uncle taught her their island is a mountain's peak, submerged as the sea swelled, stopped short of the summit. He told the tale of the way it oversaw farms and villages, standing sublime over all life abandoned now. He added, the top, it's hardly large enough. They share caves and the cliff's face, growing rice and handmade paddy. Some were prepared with seeds when they escaped. Hardly enough though, and often they starve. We are the lucky ones. Her mother mumbles sometimes, and the girl wonders why mouthing this makes her cry, but never asks, is still too shy. In the morning, her and two friends search for treasure, washed ashore by a sea like tar. Some days, useful tools get swept in, but mostly plastic, decomposing toxic waste. The sea reflects the sky above a concrete grey. The grown-ups talk about it as a shade of blue, but the girl can't picture how this could be true. Still, she cranes her neck to catch this colour every time, as great beams break the thick clouds standing in the ocean like glowing towers. At night, the elders gather, using driftwood and scraps to make fire. As the children sleep, beating on makeshift drums, they share stories of the old earth. In those days, humanity was a blossoming tree. Neon structures touched the sky, glowing incandescently. Cities boasted millions, bustling in laser-dappled streets, building on ideas, increasing in complexity. The internet connected minds and let them think in harmony. Stem cells brought control of life by curing bodies with disease. Travel into space led to impossible discoveries, and on Earth, they were moving through land, air, and sea. More importantly, they were designing a new kind of society, one that placed its emphasis on individuality. Art and music warped under fresh creativity, and rap exposed the world to the word without melody. Only some saw this blossom falling off the leaves. The others were like those who will not grieve, wouldn't believe the first signs of catastrophe, ignoring all the warnings of the weather changing rapidly. Hear now this story, Bill. Like the fire into a frenzy, the teller's bodies flicker in the dim light erratically. The others were like those who wouldn't grieve, refused to consider their lives without luxury, ignoring screams of children, calling killing sprees necessities, the wars for land, excusing armies, dropping bombs on factories. To them, it was easy to seek a scapegoat as a remedy, as the monsoons consumed them in a whirlwind of uncertainty, then a vacuum of sleep, a blossoming tree. The others wouldn't grieve. The others wouldn't grieve. A touchscreen tablet remains, an artifact of those days. They switch it on once a year, guessing at the precise time. The battery's already worn down to half-life. How thin their worlds become, just a breath above the water, struggling to stay afloat. They will teach the girl this story because it's her identity, and without the spoken words, she's nobody.